Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And finally, finally, I have watched Spider-Man No Way Home. It's been a long time coming, but then I wasn't planning on going to the theaters anytime soon. I might not even go to the theaters for a long time now, for even more longer. I don't know. I'm not really sure if I actually do want to take to actually go to the theaters. But since I missed it in the theaters, it's taken me all this time. So I just watched it this Sunday, yesterday basically. Uh, and Amazing film. The pure enjoyment I had, uh, it kind of ended on a bum note for me. I'm really sad about the ending for Peter Parker. But and there's one more gripe that I have. I will mention a few things. I There's going to be spoilers, guys. It's been a while since the movie's been out, so normally I wouldn't have, but I am putting the spoilers now. So I'm just going to touch on the points which I about this film. But what a movie! As far as superhero films are concerned, this is probably one of the best. And now that I think about it, the three Spider-Man films are some of the most enjoyable big blast the Marvel Cinematic Universe rather, some of the most enjoyable blockbuster films ever. And I think huge credit for the cast, the crew, and all of them. But I think it's the cast in particular, the trio, because it actually is a trio. You got MJ and Ned, who are kind of like the big supporting cast, supporting people to Peter Parker, and I think that's also a big thing. Best friend and girlfriend being there in the picture, uh, in a lot of things. I think that's what kind of keeps this, kind of elevates it a lot more. And they don't have superpowers, so that's one of the best things. So please do not give them superpowers. So, Spider-Man: No Way Home is a 2021 MCU superhero movie from Marvel. Um, Blah blah blah, and it is a sequel to Spider-Man: Homecoming and Spider-Man: Far From Home. And I think this is my favorite Spider-Man movie, which is kind of difficult to say. In all of them, I really do like all of them. Well, the Amazing Spider-Man films aren't that great, to be honest, but I do like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. Uh, and I love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies as well. Even though the first one is kind of like, seen it too many times on cable TV. So you've got Tom Holland as Peter Parker, Zendaya, Benedict Cumberbatch, who's amazing, Jacob Batalon, I guess that's how you pronounce his name. John Favreau is happy, returning as Happy. Jamie Foxx, Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, all who are de-aged. Benedict Wong, of course, fun. Tony Revolori, he's again a little bit of comedy relief. Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and sad to say, no more Aunt May. Marissa Tomei bows out of the MCU because her character is killed. And this is kind of like Uncle Ben passing away, but here is just Aunt May. And yeah, that was a really sad scene, to be honest. Didn't expect it, didn't expect that it would happen, because she has been a breath of fresh air in the series. She is an older woman, middle-aged woman, of course, in her, I think, late 50s, if I'm not mistaken. How old is Marissa Tomei? She's 57. She's hot. She's hot. One can just hope that we can be as hot as her, half as hot as her, at the age of 57. Yeah, so what can I say about this movie? Like, I'm not going to go storyline by storyline, but it's amazing to see, from the fallout from his name being revealed and him being slandered as a murderer, especially by J.J. Jameson, and half the public seemingly supporting him, half the public against him. There's a lot of hatred. He and his aunt and Zendaya having difficulties in staying. Even Ned is having problems, and they need a little bit of protection. So May and um, him, of course, have to go away to a particular place led by Happy. Happy and May has actually split up. There's that little comedy thing happening in between as well. And poor Happy, in the last few films, he's lost his best friend and boss, and now he's lost the woman that he loved. Uh, yeah, meaning Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Holland, sorry, Peter Parker thinks that this is the best way to actually uh, take care of it. He wants people's memories to be wiped out so that they don't know that it's him, and he can live back, going back to be living a normal life and doing Spider-Man stuff separately. The relationship between Benedict Cumberbatch, Stephen Strange, sorry, and Tom Holland is here more as colleagues rather than the mentor, almost father figure of Tony Stark, which was another thing that was, pretty brilliantly done, I must say. I really felt for both of them. So, one of the scenes in which, one of the most best scenes ever is Tony Stark doing the in Endgame, and then when he's dying, Peter Parker crying because he's like the dad he never had. So, and then now he loses Aunt May as well. So, nobody, So we're coming back to that. No Way Home, perfectly titled because, in a way, yes, he loses everything. Green Goblin, brilliantly done by William Dafoe. In the major villain of this piece, to be honest. Even though you have the others in as well. And one of the best things ever was seeing. Oh yeah, sorry. So I'm jumping too far ahead. So Stephen Strange does the spell, but in between, Peter asks that he wants Aunt May to remember him. He wants Zendaya, MJ, sorry, and Ned to remember him. So this causes the spell to actually go a little haywire. They think nothing's actually happened, but what happens is it puts a rift in the multiverse, and these characters do come out. These characters are the ones who would have died in their universe with Spider-Man, but they come out first, and then the two Spider-Mans, the Amazing Spider-Man played by Andrew Garfield, Peter Parker, and Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man as well. So they come in as well. So that was beautiful. It was wonderful to see it. To see the three of them working hand in hand, or web in web, is brilliant. It was wonderful to see it. When Andrew Garfield was one of my favorite scenes. He has to convince MJ that he is another Spider-Man. He basically jumps and holds on, and she asks him to crawl along. While he's doing that, Ned's aunt, or mother, or grandma, somebody, she asks, can you clean that cobweb in one corner? And he does it. That was so funny. Some of the best things. In the end, he needs to get up the Green Goblin. What's the villain played by Electro? Max Dillon, Electro. Norman Osborn, Green Goblin played by William Dafoe. Octavius, that was actually brilliant. When I saw Alfred Molina coming back as Octavius, beautiful. Absolutely loved the moment when he comes out. Oh yeah, and very surprisingly, I did get to see a familiar face having a small role as an MIT administration member. That is what's her name, by the way? Trying to look up if I can get the name. She is in the recent revamp of CSI Vegas. Damn it. Wish I could get the name. It'll probably come to me as soon as I click the video off. Yeah, can't find it. Oh yeah, Paula Newsome as an MIT administrator. Yeah, so she's in CSI Vegas. Nice seeing her as well in this movie. Oh yeah, Thomas Hayden Church is plays a Sandman. Dr. Kurt Connor's Lizard, played by Reese Ilfans or Ilfans. I don't know how you pronounce his name. And anybody else? Did I miss out somebody? That's about it. Oh yeah, Charlie Cox is Murdoch. Max Murdoch. Matt Murdoch, sorry. I hope he gets the movie that he deserves because he's amazing. And so is Daredevil. I mean, amazing. So, yeah, pretty awesome. And then seeing the three of them, joining forces together was really a lot of fun, a lot of sad moments in this, a lot of fun moments. And May dying, biggest sad moment until he finally gets Stephen Strange to do the spell again, but have everybody forget who he is, which means the Avengers don't know him, Stephen Strange will not know him, MJ and Ned forget who he is, everybody forgets, but the rest of the characters get to go home. They give me a little scare in the thing that I thought Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is going to die, but he doesn't. He also gets to go home. So the main person who dies is, of course, May, and then as far as he is concerned, now Peter Parker is on his own. He finds a place for rent. Don't quote me on this, but if I'm not mistaken, the place that he gets for rent is the same place that Tobey Maguire rented out in I think in the second or third movie. It's the second movie, I guess. Second and third movie. Kind of looked like that to me. And he gets a chance to actually go and find MJ and Ned and says, I will find you and reach out and I'll explain. He goes to the coffee shop where donut shop, coffee shop where MJ is working, and Ned is there to go and have his food as well, his coffee as well. He sees them, he speaks to MJ, but he just talks about MIT and he doesn't tell them who he is. That was really sad to see. But yeah, I think there's going to be a few more Spider-Man films with the same cast. I've been hearing rumors that there's going to be another trilogy that they add to this. I hope so, because they are amazing, they're lovely, and brilliant, absolutely wonderful movie. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. That's how much I liked it. I was going to lean towards 9.5, but I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys. That's been my thoughts about No Way Home. Well, loved it, except for the fact that May dies and of course the ending part. I really wanted them to be friends again. But we might see that happening later. The rest of them will probably get to know him some other time. Stephen Strange has got some things on his mind. I'm excited for that movie coming up soon. So take care, guys. I shall see you again another review coming up pretty soon. So have a good night. Bye-bye.